your estate to real estate. It's Money Matters with Dino.
Hi, my name's Dino Katsimatis. I'm the host of Money Matters with Dino, and today I want to introduce our newest TLP, a trusted local professional. This is Jim Starcher, owner of Inspect Pro. Jim, thanks for coming on here today and talking with us, and welcome to our TLP network.
Thanks for having me.
So I wanted to bring Jim on because he does something that's really important. And you know, whenever you buy a brand new home, everybody gets a termite inspection and a home inspection. If you don't, you should. And these home inspections that Jim does are really amazing. The amount of effort that he goes through to tear this house up and down, inside and out, on top and below. I mean, you get into every single thing. So I'm gonna let him explain all that. But before we get into what he does for a living and all the houses he crawls under, I wanted to get to know who Jim Starcher is first. So just tell me a little background about you. Like, are you a Southern California boy? Have you been in the construction field your whole life? Tell me about you.
Well, definitely a Southern California boy. There's a few of us left here, and born here in Pomona back in the mid-'50s. So been around a long time, live in Upland, been in Upland since 1986. Recently here, had a little baby boy.
Nice,
so
congratulations.
I'm an older codger with a nice little baby boy. In fact, our sons have the same birth date, May 15th.
Yep, that's right.
So that's pretty ironic.
Only you're a little bit older than me, so.
Just a little bit.
Yep.
Just a little bit. So, yeah, I know the area, Southern California, very well. Of course, we all love it here. We love the weather here. Hope we get some rain soon. As far as my background's been many different things I've done in my background. I used to be a business owner in the window tinting business. I did that for many years. I was actually a bartender professional for 8 years, so I had a good time doing that back in the day. Just got tired of adult babysitting, so I had to get out of that. And
so some might say you actually grew up finally.
A little bit.
Okay.
Still working on that. Then I actually got into, bartending at night left me, during the day with nothing to do, basically. And so I needed something to do. So I actually got into renovation construction back then. And that led into a lot of different opportunities. And I got my general contractor's license and then went full-time with that. And I was at a point where I was doing multi-units, apartment complexes. We'd turn 5-7 units per week. We'd be on the job for 6 months to a year and then go to the next one, but then you'd have that downtime. And that's when I found home inspections in the mid-'90s and started with another company, learned the ropes of the business, and then I started Inspect Pro in 2001 and been going strong ever since.
Wow, it's a long time. And Inspect Pro is basically when somebody buys a home, you go in, you test the entire home out before they actually buy it, correct? And you just give them the pros and cons of it. Does Inspector Pro do anything else other than that?
No, that's it.
Okay,
concentrate on that.
So tell me the importance of having a home inspection before you buy a home.
So important for you to go in and to know the condition of the home from foundation up. So you don't have any surprises. And this happens to a lot of people. They either get a low-cost inspection or they don't get an inspection, and then something goes wrong and they may not have the money to fix that problem. You want to know going into the transaction what to negotiate with. If you have sewer line problems, electrical problems, the house needs a roof, things that may be uncovered that you don't know about, raised foundations, we need to go underneath there and look at foundation issues. These all get to be very expensive, into the tens and the thousands of dollars, and you need to negotiate that at the negotiating table when you're buying the home so you don't get caught short. And believe me, there's stories out there where people have sewer line problems, which is a whole another inspection that I don't even do, and it could be $4,000, it could be a clean out, it could be a hydrojet, it could be $10,000. Who's going to come up with that money?
Sure.
And
you actually crawl underneath the houses, correct?
Yes, I was crawling yesterday, Dino. You should have been with me.
I don't want to be with you. I want to know who the best is at it, though. So if I ever need somebody, I can call that person. But you actually crawl underneath these houses, and why What kind of things do you see down there, and why is it so important to do that?
Well, on a raised foundation, number one, you want to check the foundation itself, the condition of the concrete. Is it deteriorated? Is it cracked? Is it bolted? Has it been retrofitted? So foundation is number one, because that runs into tens of thousands of dollars to repair.
But let me ask you this. If there was a cracked foundation, or it happened later when you owned the home because you didn't catch it ahead of time, even when you repair it, doesn't it permanently mark the home?
No. Cracking
No?
is typical. Cracking is typical. Concrete is going to crack.
What's a slab leak then? Is that something different?
Slab leak is some of the older construction. We have the copper pipes right underneath the ground, underneath the slab, and it's copper. It's going to get eaten up by minerals. It can get a pin leak and begin to leak, and then that is considered a slab leak. People would feel their floor somewhere in the house and it's warm all of a sudden. Our floor is hot right here. Well, that's a hot water slab leak. And then you have to come in there with the jackhammers, turn the water off, of course, and jackhammer that floor up, and then do the repair, and then close it back up. Very messy job.
Wow.
Raised foundation, you're up above the ground, so if you have a leak, you don't know about it in most cases. So periodically you should go down there and check it out. If you have a hot water leak under a raised foundation that's pretty severe, you'll actually end up smelling it, because it's going to mix with the soil and it's going to permeate up into the structure, so you'll smell it after a prolonged period of time, depending on how bad the leak is.
Yeah. And Jim, recently you've been on a TV show, To Catch a Contractor.
Right.
So tell me about that. Is it the pretty face? Is it what is it that got? How did you get noticed?
Well, it's not the pretty face, because I'm behind the camera. Just in the last 4 or 5 years, as far as meeting even more people in the industry, I just met the right person at the right time on an inspection, and I did all the inspections for NBC, American Dream Builders, and through that referral, I led into Catch a Contractor. And Adam Carolla is the host of that show, and that is where contractors have gone in and done. What's the nice word for radio here?
Yeah.
Shoddy workmanship.
All right.
Shoddy workmanship, and unfortunately, really hurt a lot of people financially, to where they spent tens of thousands of dollars, and the guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's not even a licensed contractor. Maybe he's piggybacking off somebody's license, and then the people have spent all their money, and the guy didn't know what he was doing. Then he leaves, and now they don't have the money to fix their homes. And I've had a couple more; they couldn't even live in their homes. And thank goodness for the show, because they come in and return the home to where it should be, and then they find the contractor and do a sting operation on him,
cool.
and kind of make him save face, I guess.
So I got one more question for you. We've talked, just you and I talking in the past, we've talked a little bit about how when somebody Googles home inspectors, you'll see some people rise to the top, and you see these really ridiculously low prices. But there's something missing from that. Why? How can they do it half the price of what others do?
Well, we call them tire kickers. They're going to be in and out of that house in about an hour and a half, and they're just going to do the surface things. They'll look at the structure. They'll maybe get on the roof. Most of them aren't going to crawl underneath the house. They'll stick their head in their attic and do general interior test some outlets and some appliances. So just like anything in life, you're going to get what you pay for. So if you want to pay $199, you're going to get that inspection. It's going to cost you thousands of dollars. You get a good home inspector who is experienced. He's going to do a thorough inspection for you. And with my renovation background, I used to get paid to find problems. I guess I'm still getting paid to find problems. But the more problems I found when I flipped units, the more money we made. And so it's just in my blood. And plus, that's what we're there to do. We're there to report on the condition of the property, let the homeowner know what needs to be upgraded, what has been upgraded, was it permitted? Very important to know if something was permitted or not. So we know city inspector's eyeballs were on that condition when it was opened up, and now we can't see it because it's closed. So here again, if you're going to get what you pay for. So if you people call me and the first thing they ask me is, how much is your home inspection? I typically do not do that home inspection because they're looking for the $199, $250 inspection. Granted, my prices are mid-range. I'm not extremely high. I'm not on the $199 side. My pricing is fair, but you'll get your money's worth with my inspection.
You get you doing the inspection, right?
Yes.
So there you have it. This is Jim Starcher, owner of Inspect Pro. He has become our newest TLP, is somebody that we have been recommended to, somebody that we've gotten high recommendations and remarks from. And now Jim has also become a personal friend of mine, so I've gotten to know him and know just how much of an honorable man he is. And for that, I've asked him to be our newest TLP. So thanks again, Jim. Appreciate
My pleasure.
it.
Thank you, Dino.
Okay.